All right. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program. Talking about experience. It's getting sunny outside. You know, when I took my daughter to school this morning, I had my shades on. It was not that sunny. Took my shades off and said, okay, you know what? Since it wasn't sunny outside, take my shades off, got outside, guess what? It's sunny. So I got to put my shades back on. Got to put my shades back on. Anyhow, all right. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to bang on these Christians today. Bang on these zombie Christians. These Negropean Christians. Let me bang on them today. Yes. Here's something, as I was talking about earlier. No, not earlier, I'm sorry. Either yesterday or the day before. It might have been yesterday. All right, because I was upstairs watching Dan Barker, who was a evangelicalist, right? He was an evangelical pastor, and he came to his senses through reading and researching that the Bible is a lie. Okay, Jesus is a lie. But anyway, it's something I want these Christians to think about, right? Because again, they love to quote about Jesus being the Son of God. You know, talk about he's from the line of David, right? And when you ask, well, how is he from the line of David? They'll say, well, it's from Joseph's genealogy, right? So in the Bible, they give you two genealogy of Jesus, both from Joseph. Even though Christian apologists would like to say that one of them is from Mary, which we know is not true, right? Because again, how could that be true when Mary herself, when Mary's mother got pregnant with her, it was through immaculate conception? How many Christians know this? Okay, meaning that no human man impregnate Mary's mother, just as how no human man impregnate Mary. All right, they were both by the Holy Spirit. Okay. Ooh, my jaw just cracked. Again, this is part of what I go through every day. My joints crack, my jaw, my elbows, wrists, knees, toes, ankles. Anyhow, so let's think about that. Okay. So when they want to claim that Jesus is from the line of King David, how could that be? Right? How could that be? Because we know in those days they traced genealogy to the line of the father, not the mother. Okay, and that's how Christianity, Judaism, Islam, these are all patriarchal religion. Okay. So again, how could that be? How could they trace the line of Jesus back to David through Joseph? And Joseph is not Jesus' biological father. You know, when I was in church listening to this shit and hearing this nonsense, questions like this used to pop up into my mind. You know, but you were too afraid to ask because, again, you know, the thing is, you know, you can't question. Look, in New York Furniture Department down there, flashing their lights. See them. No need for them to be flashing their lights. You know. But again, because they know I'm coming outside, and, you know, they want to make a whole bunch of noise, so I'm recording. Right? But anyhow, right? So questions like that we never ask or understand. Okay? Again, so Jesus is not from the line of David. All right? And both genealogy of Jesus in the Bible comes from Joseph's line, not Mary's. Okay? Again, Mary's mother didn't have sex with a human man in which Mary was created. Okay, I'm saying. And Mary didn't have sex with a human. Of course she did, but, you know, Joseph didn't want to, embarrass her like that. So he claimed that, you know, they claimed there was the Holy Spirit. You know. Listen, my fellas, you ever in a relationship with a woman, and you know, she claimed that she was pregnant by you, and you know you didn't have sex with her, or you know that you didn't, you use protection, or even if you didn't, you pulled out, or there might be a slight chance. But there could be a chance. So you gotta take a DNA test, right? But particularly if women would do this, where they'll be cheating with 2 or 3 men, even 4 men, right, at the same time, not the same exact time, but during the same time period, I should say, and they get pregnant, right? They're going to pick the man who they feel would be the best father, right? And most of the time they get it wrong when they do that, right? Because they're not being honest, and they're only looking at the guy who may have the better job, may have a more stable employment, okay? And we've seen this many times. They have these shows, where these women go up on there, bringing 2 men at a time. They're not the father. Then bring another 2 men. They're not the father. And looking at her like, damn, how many men were you sleeping with? Shit, But women will do stuff like that. And religion plays a big part as to why they behave in that manner, and why they're not telling the truth, and why they're being dishonest, because they know that they will not be held accountable. They know that the man they choose to be the father, even though he may not be the biological father, will probably love that child and take care of that child until, even if the truth comes out, that man mother will be like, well, that's your child. You was there from the birth, and you take care of the child. It's not his child. It's not his biological child, okay? All right? If any one of a member of your family gets sick, may need a transplant, even if the father gets sick, may need a transplant. Excuse me.
Malaya!
Yes, he was looking down at my shoes. Okay? Looking at my shoes, my sneakers, look at it. Anyhow, right? You cannot get any sort of organ or what have you, or bone marrow from that child, because that child is not biologically yours. So when they tell you that shit, even if it's your mother, tell her no. Tell her sorry, not doing it. But anyhow, but this is what they do. So religion subconsciously condition women and men in a certain way that they don't even think about, they don't even know, because of the lies. And because lies will cause conflict in your mind, because the reality doesn't match up to what is written in that book. When we see with our own eyes these things, okay? Right? So when Jesus brought Lazarus back to life, Lazarus would be a zombie, right? Can't think, because we know scientifically that once you've been dead for a couple of days, you're dead, right? Your body starts to decompose, you start to smell, okay? But through Hollywood wizardry, through immunization, which helps solidify the lies and the myth, right? And they try to historicalize it and make it into something real, which is not, causes conflict and confusion in our subconscious. So, we act contradictory because the book is contradictory. We act hypocritical because the Bible is hypocritical, right? We act, we lie because the Bible lies, and we know it. We just been taught to believe the lies. Same one that's walking in front of me. Look, the hand signal. Same one walking in front of me. But anyhow, we'll discuss more on this. Talk to you guys in the next video.